how's the tour been? Like, what's the best part of all this worldwide tour you've been doing?
Its best part has been that every country we've gone to, they like the movie. That is absolutely the best part of it, and the fans have reacted really well, and so that just makes you feel really great about what you've done.
And how much research did you do with the comic books?
A lot, you know. And we also hired Larry Hama as our consultant on the movie, so he was our sounding board to make sure we weren't screwing it up.
Cool. Kept Snake Eyes from not speaking.
He did. There's only one line in the script, so don't everybody get all upset. We thought it would be fun at the very end of the movie. And Larry's like, you can't do that. You can't do that. All right, Larry. All right.
And
that's why we hired Larry.
Absolutely, it's a good thing you did.
Yep.
Good thing you did. And one other question is, are they going to make any figures after you?
I hope not. I got to lose some weight first.
Hey, they can always use your face.
There you go.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Take it easy. I was a big fan, but I'm a little old for this version of G.I. Joe. I predate this version. This is G.I. Joe, 1983 they created this Joe. So I was in the 2.0, I guess. But it's such rich characters and so much fun you can play with them. You know, it's just great. And who doesn't love a ninja?
How's the publicity been doing? What's the best part of the publicity so far?
You know what, I really think that they did a right thing by just sticking with the fans, kind of keeping an umbrella over the film, because it's the fans at the end of the day and not the critics that are going to make this movie successful, period. And you know, for a lot of the fans out there that are wanting it to be like, I was an 85 to 87 G.I. Joe fan from the cartoons and the toys, and there's definitely an evolution with this movie because hey, it's 2009. But what I like about
Generation 3 is coming.
Yeah, and what I like about what Steven did is for someone who didn't grow up with the toys and the cartoons, he was really gracious with each character to kind of give you a backstory, to kind of tell you a little bit about where they came from, and it sets up the second one nicely.
And did you ever read the comic books?
Not so much. I mean, I was the marketing product of cartoons, and I'll buy the toy. You know, but my favorite was Torpedo, hands down.
Nice.
Torpedo or Deep Six, but probably Torpedo.
And are they making a figure after you? After your character?
Not this movie.
Not this one?
There's always a second one.
You never know. They got a year or two in between. They like to make all the toys.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Come here.
Thank you. You're welcome. What have you been doing with the publicity? What's the best story for the publicity?
For the publicity, let's see. I don't have that many stories, but at one point when I was doing a kick in a fight scene, I accidentally punched the camera and my knuckle was all bleeding. And that's the best story I got.
And did you read the comic books?
Read the comic books. That's kind of like way before I was born, but I got the action figures. I guess that counts.
Yes, it does. And did I make it a toy after you?
I think so. In Burger King, it's gonna be in like a kid's meal or something.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen the movie, and I like your guys' scenes. You guys fight.
Thank you.
Your fight scenes are really good.
I appreciate it. But it was a lot of fun. I got to meet all these new people and everything.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking.
What's your favorite part of the publicity so far?
Oh man, this definitely just the premiere walking down here.
Yeah. And
oh, and my publicist. Yes, yeah.
And did you read the comic books?
I haven't read the comic books, but I play with the action figures.
Nice.
The big 12-inch ones.
Yeah.
The swivel arm, of course.
And did you have them before you played?
That was a weird thing, yeah. Before I was even in the industry.
Nice, nice. And are they making a toy after you?
They said they were.
They are?
So I hope so.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you guys get into a pretty intense fight, right? Oh yeah, it's pretty intense. It's about I don't know, it's like a 1-minute fight scene, maybe even longer, but it's really intense. It's like an Aero 4 scene, like a kid's fight scene. So how did you train for that? I'm a martial artist, so I've been training basically my whole life.
Talking to Heavy Duty here at the G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra premiere, live, baby. What's going on?
So, what's the favorite part of the publicity you've done so far?
Actually, I'll tell you what, I really enjoy Comic-Con because that's the one place where you get to meet the real die-hard fans, generations of them. I had kids with heavy-duty mohawks. I mean, it's just fun. They really are passionate about it. And when you know, because as an actor, you act in a vacuum. You know, it's you and another actor on a camera. Right. But this is the chance that you get to connect with the audience who you're throwing the vibes out to. And man, there's a lot of love up there. So that was probably a lot of fun. There were some weird requests though.
Cool.
Yeah.
And did you read the comic books?
I did. I'm a late comer because I grew up in England. But I'd worked with Stephen Summers before on The Mummy Returns, and he brought me up with a patch, gave me the comics and the cartoons to watch. And boy, you grew up with some good cartoons here, didn't you?
Yeah.
We had Action Man, man.
Yeah,
all of
Action
this.
Force. Action Force.
Action Force, that's what we have, yeah.
I got all those.
Oh yeah.
And did you like your toy? Your favorite
I
toy?
loved it, especially the bigger version, the 12-inch version, because that one is more detailed and they actually kind of look like you. So, you know, like I said, I grew up in a large household where we had to make our own toys, so now I got my own action figure. Who cares about the Oscars, man?
And you're going to JoeCon next week, I believe, right? Do you have anything you want to say to him or whatever?
Yo, Joe. No, I just think, you know, it's going to be a blast. Again, that's the best part for me, to meet the real passionate fans. Just looking forward to it. Never been to Kansas before either. So, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm getting about. No, I think because, you know, this is the last big bang before the summer. I mean, this is really what a blockbuster should be about. It's got the balance of the special effects with the humor, the sexiness, and a diverse cast, because we got French, British, we got everybody in it. So universal appeal, but mostly it's a high-octane, high-impact joyride, man. You can just abandon yourself, strap on your seatbelts, and yo-jo it all the way.
So I'm with yojo.com.
Yojo.com.
And the website, did you ever go to that site?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
It's got all the comics and all the toys.
They literally gave us, like, as soon as we started, we signed on. They just saturated us with all kind of information.
Nice.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite's Snake Eyes.
Of course. Of course. Any true G.I. Joe fan is Snake Eyes.
He's the tragic hero of the comics.
You know, I think he's the most genius character ever created in just comics or any kind of, like, make-believe. Doesn't talk, you never see his face, and he's the baddest man ever. Like, you know.
And there's an issue where he doesn't even talk, where there's no words at all. They actually made an issue with it. So one other question is, did you ever read the comics?
You know, the comics, I can't say I did. I definitely didn't read the comics, but I watched the cartoons every single morning and every time when I came home.
Nice.
They played at the same time. Being a G.I. Joe, it's, you know, look, when you're a fan of it as a kid, you know, and you get to play one of your you know, it's nuts. Like, it's the ultimate make-believe. You know, I could still be in my front yard playing make-believe, and that's exactly what the movie is. If you want to feel 12 years old again and have that, like, childhood fantasy, come see the movie. You know, you get to look over on, like, the third day of shooting and see Snake Eyes standing next to you. There's nothing I can ask for more.
So little boys and little girls all over America were in love with G.I. Joe. Kind of had a man crush on G.I. Joe. Who's your man crush?
Man crush is for sure Snake Eyes. You know, the quiet, silent type, I think, that carries a big stick. I don't play Snake Eyes.
Okay, well, the before you play. See, now fucking up my whole interview.
No, you tried to set me up. That's what it was. Look at that. Look at that.
What's your favorite part of the publicity so far?
I think Tokyo wins.
Tokyo?
Tokyo was amazing. It was the cleanest city, the most polite citizens. It was in the premiere was fantastic.
Awesome. And did you read the comic books?
I did not.
Did you not? And what do you think of your toy?
I think having an action figure is pretty cool, no matter what. I mean, you know, the boys' action figures are pretty rad. Scarlett's all right. I would rather be Channing. Oh, it's amazing. You know, Stan Miller and I really set out to prove that G.I. Joe is not just for boys, it's also for girls. And we really held our own. But if we did fight, I'm going to give it to her. She might be tiny, but she's scrappy.
In 10 seconds, can you tell everyone why they should watch this movie?
They should watch this movie because it's unexpected, believe it or not. I know a lot of people are just going to think it's some summer, you know, action movie, and maybe that's not their style, but you come away from this movie loving the characters because there's romance and there's comedy and there's a bromance. I mean, you've got good guys and bad guys, and I just think it's the whole barrel. You get everything you could possibly want out of a film.
And you play a good girl, right?
I'm the good girl.
Did you want to play the bad girl?
In the future, I wouldn't mind playing the bad girl, but I think I was meant to play Scarlett.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe, baby.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe. Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
And in the sequel, are we going to get some Snake Eyes Scarlet stuff going on?
I can't tell you any of that.
Can I get a Yo, Joe?
Yo, Joe.
Thank you.